All right, now we're on to the last page of our review here, and we see we have an exponent of -4. So again, what we want to do is give that negative to everything in there. You can do it piece by piece, or you can let the negative flip everything first and then give the 4. It doesn't really matter which way you go. I think traditionally what I see most people do is give it as a -4, so we'll just do that. 3 to the -4, x to the 4th to the -4, we'd multiply, that'll be x to the -16. Multiply here, we get y to the 8th, and this will be w to the -4. Okay. Then what we can do is one of two things. Either you can flip your stuff over right now and get everything there, or or if you'd rather, you can kind of combine right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and combine this 3 to the -4. That would flip this down. It would become 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. So we're going to end up with 18 over 81. And we'll reduce that in a little bit. If I do the x's, -16 plus 1 would be -15. If I do the w's, I'm going to subtract here, so 4 minus -4 would be 8. Or you can imagine these 4 w's coming up, joining these 4, combining to give us the 8 that way. Same thing here, 8 minus -6 is 14. Or you could imagine these -6, this 6y's coming up, joining it here, and combining to make that. All right, we're going to clean this up a little bit. 18 and 81 are both divisible by 9, so I can make that a 2/9. The 15 x's have a negative, so that means they should be on the bottom. We'll put them down there, and then we'll let the w's and the y's stay. So there's, again, it can be a little tricky with that -4, getting through that correctly, and then combining these. I would try to keep it as simple as possible. Don't try to do too many steps, or you can start to kind of get lost in it there. Over here, we need to factor everything else there, so there shouldn't be any slashing it right away. When you see pluses and minuses, those are all connected, married together. You have to kind of factor and break them into multiple factors before you can do anything. So this x squared minus 16, we're going to write as x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay. I'll just do this one here. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 22, add to equal 13. That's 11 and 2. Down here, I can pull a 2 out of there. That'll leave me with x plus 4. And this one here, we can pull a 3 out initially, which gives me x squared plus 5x plus 6. And then I can break that into x plus 3 and x plus 2. All right. Now, let's go ahead and cancel what we can. There's an x plus 2 and an x plus 2. There's an x plus 4 and an x plus 4. And that looks like all we can do as far as canceling. So now we just combine, and you just want to make sure you don't forget something that you still have. We have x minus 4, x plus 11 on top. 3 times 2 on the bottom is 6. And we have x plus 3. So that's everything broken apart and kind of put back together. You do not have to expand this. Some people try to do extra and expand. There's no reason to do that. Leave it in its factored form, you're fine. These are asking us to expand, so again, if you use a little box or some table like that, that's fine. I prefer to just take this and distribute, so it gives me 3a squared plus 5ab. Then I move to the next one and I distribute, which gives me -6ab minus 10b squared. I see I have ab terms in the middle that I can put together, so 5 minus 6 gives me a -1ab minus 10b squared. Same thing here. I could take that x and distribute. I get x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x. And then take the -4, gives me -4x squared minus 8x, and then plus 20. So I've got an x cubed. 2 minus 4 is a -2x squared. -5 minus 8 is a -13x, and then plus 20. Okay. And then our last one here gives us a function v of t equals this, and they ask what v of 5 is. So we're going to put 5 in. And what I want to point out, the reason I put this on here is because, again, sometimes we're conditioned to do more than we need to do. If you put 5 into here, you're going to get 5 squared, 25, e to the 3 times 5, 15 minus 4, which is 11. Now again, we probably are conditioned to take our calculator and try to figure out what this equals. And there might be a time and place where that's important, but this is the actual real answer, so there's no reason for us to do more work than we need to. This is good enough and would get you full credit.